Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. It is Friday, the 4th of July. I am at home. I have the day off. I do not celebrate the 4th of July, never have, and I have even more reason not to in recent years. Also, all we do on the 4th is comfort our animals because we live in a somewhat rural area and a lot of our neighbors like to shoot off fireworks at all times of day. 9 a.m. is not too early, 3 a.m. is not too late, and all 3 of our dogs and all 4 of our cats are terrified. So we are stocked like a frickin' pharmacy here. We are ready to hopefully keep everyone nice and calm today, but we'll see how it goes. I never sleep much on the night of 4th of July because we're just up all night with the animals. So I have some caffeinated iced tea here. My husband and I made sun tea this morning. So this is a mango Ceylon black tea. And the reason we are gathered here today is not to complain about the 4th of July. We are here to plan in my HB90 planner. So I am gathering all of my planners and resources here that I typically like to use. I have some of my, well, not some, all of my Erin Condren markers. As you can see, they're so well organized in here. So my resources here, or tools, I guess. This is my everyday carry planner. I have my writing planner system, and I have my YouTube planner. This is a temporary planner. This is my rough draft challenge planner. I am participating in Sarah Cannon over at Heart Breathings. She has graciously put together a month-long writing challenge, and I am keeping track and using her free planner that she made for us. So these are all of my tool planners that I plan on using. And let's move these over for now. The stars of the show are Sarah's HB90 method. So I will just be taking bits and pieces from here, because what I like to use for my HB90 planner is my Erin Condren vertical life planner. I just did my mid-year planner check-in, and I was mentioning in that video that I really like to use the Erin Condren vertical life planner because it has 3 rows of boxes, and I like to use these for my 3 different focus areas. So the focus areas I have chosen this year, and I can choose them quarter by quarter. If I want to, I can drop one and add, substitute it with another, or any sort of combination. But my 3 areas that I like to focus on are my writing, my YouTube, and my fitness. So I think the easiest place to start will be in the HB90 method planner that Sarah created for us. This is a paid course, so I will not be showing you everything in here because that's not fair. I like to pick and choose some of the pages. I don't use all of the pages every year. This is a page that I do find useful. I don't reference it all of the time, but it does give me a reasonable and realistic look at my available time. So Sarah has planned out from 6 a.m. till midnight in half-hour chunks. It's just a blank grid. This is an entire week. She has laid out an entire week in half-hour segments. And so what she asks folks to do is to color code your time. So obviously, sleeping is gray for me, working is brown, chores are this kind of orangey color, routine and travel, so like morning routines, feeding the animals, getting dressed, and driving to work. And then again in the afternoon, those sorts of things are in a darker brown. Social is yellow, and it's not that I socialize every Friday from 12:30 to 4 p.m. I just threw in a random spot where I didn't have sleeping, working, chores, or routine and travel, because I am quite social. I do like to spend time with my friends, and I typically have about one social event a week. And those social events can be a couple hours if I'm just getting a cup of coffee with a friend, or it could be a longer event like a birthday party or anything like that. So I did block off I can't count from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I did block off 3.5 hours a week for social things. Even if that just means my husband and I grabbing dinner at the local pub, I wanted to make sure I had time blocked off for those events. But I want to at least add that buffer time in. And then my last color is purple here, and this represents available task blocks. So these are all of the times where I could work on my 3 areas of focus: writing, YouTube, or fitness. And then I add at the bottom all of the task blocks each day, and that gives me a total available task blocks for the week. This is an average. Some weeks there are going to be way less because I am busy all day on Sunday, and then some weeks there will be more. Maybe I'm not doing anything social, so I have closer to 80 task blocks to work with. So this is an average, it is an estimate, and for the most part, my schedule or available task blocks have not changed too drastically, but I do have some differences for this next quarter that I do want to take note of. By the way, I apologize if you can hear any background noise. I do have my home office door open so that the animals can come and go freely. I don't want to be unavailable to them today when I know they're stressed out. So I have some YouTube playing for them in the background in the living room to hopefully drown out some of the booms and hopefully kind of keep their stress level a little lower. So you may hear the kind of quiet drone of the TV in the living room. You may hear a few of the animals come and go from my office while I'm filming, but I make no apology. They are my priority. Maybe they'll give us a cameo. So I'm not going to draw... actually, hold on. I have some graph paper here. I use this for my series planning that I am working on right now, but I think we could probably add, because it's already in a grid, I think this is a great way to try and do some time blocking together. So I think the easiest thing to do first would be to draw our boxes here. You can come in a little more. I'll try to stay in focus, and I will try to keep my head out of the frame. I think 3 across will be enough. 1, 2, 3. That's Monday, Tuesday, Sunday. The easiest way to go about it would just be 6, 7 to label it first. 9, 10, 11:30 to midnight. Okay. So I am clearly not worried about drawing straight lines. So we're gonna write our Monday, Tuesday. I don't know why that was so difficult. Okay. So we have our days of the week. We have our time blocks. And yeah, with the thin side here. Apologies if you see my head. So that gets us through to midnight. I almost never stay awake that long, but we'll just throw it in there because... Okay, and I would also like to color code like I did this quarter. So we're gonna do gray as sleep again. Grab my pen here. And Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I usually sleep in a bit until, well, between 6:30 and 7. 9 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I do go to bed pretty early. I like going to bed early. I never used to consider myself a morning person. However, the job I currently work, I start at 7:30. And then when COVID hit, my schedule changed to starting at 6 a.m., which was due to personal reasons. My husband worked really early in the morning. At the time, he would get to work anywhere between 5:30 and 6:30 in the morning. And so we were sharing a vehicle at the time. And so he would drop me off at work before he went to work. So I would get to work at 6 a.m. so that he could get to his job by 6:30 or so. And that's dried out. And so it also worked well for my work schedule. I work kind of in the publishing realm, and so a lot of publishers are located on the East Coast. So that kind of worked well for me because they're 3 hours ahead over there. And it helped me to be able to contact them that much easier. So between starting at 7:30 and then starting at 6 a.m., which I'm now back on a 7:30 schedule, but that kind of period of my life definitely made me a morning person. So now I quite enjoy going to bed early and getting up early. One of my favorite things is getting up early on the weekends and just sitting and having my cup of coffee, and the dogs get up with me and we all go outside and they go potty out there, but they pretty much, when we come back inside, they just lay down again and they're chill until my husband gets up. So I love the quiet weekend mornings where I can just drink my coffee and play in my planners or watch a YouTube video or maybe play some Sims. So it's just really nice to have that kind of quiet me time on the weekends. And then Fridays I work from home. However, it's a lot more chill on Fridays. So I'm able to do some things under the radar, if you catch my drift. So I am going to block out like a little more than half the day on Fridays. So I do still have things to do on Fridays, but it doesn't take me all day. And I kind of set myself up during the week and typically kind of bust my butt a little more Monday through Thursday when I am at work, so that Fridays when I work from home, I have a very chill Friday and I'm not scrambling to finish everything on Friday afternoon. So I've kind of done that intentionally for myself and it works well. Alrighty. So kind of keeping with the same color scheme. Routine and travel to work. Oops, I forgot to. I only need like a half an hour to get ready for work at home because I'm already home. Don't have much to do, so I'll throw in a half an hour more there on the back end of my Fridays. Okay, so Monday through Thursdays, I wake up around 6. Help my husband get all the animals taken out to go potty, help them, you know, get their breakfast for them, do whatever I need to do. We'll say that, and we'll do that. And we feed our animals dinner around 6. But I'm just going to kind of lump it in here. Often 4 to 6 is like running errands, choring throughout the week. We'll just kind of keep this color scheme totally the same, I suppose. And I forgot to do routines and stuff on the weekend. So let's give a full hour. Probably don't need a full hour, but I would rather overestimate how long things take me. And then in the evenings, on the weekends, I had allowed 3 task blocks. So we'll just leave that. And I'm gonna shift them here. And now I need the work color again because I have picked up working at a brewery on Friday evenings. I also work on some Saturdays and or Sundays, but those are not consistent, so I'm not going to include that here. Brewery is consistent every week, and I'm gonna write that in on the side, and then I'll give myself a half an hour for routines on Friday evenings, and then chorin'. Yeehaw! I usually do about a half an hour of chores. I don't do a whole lot during the week. I'll give myself a half an hour here, maybe an hour, and then Saturdays, I'll do 1 hour on Saturdays. Sundays is where I typically do my chorin' though. I usually do a good like 3-ish hours of cleaning and stuff around the house on Sundays. It's probably more like 3.5, 4. Because I'm constantly switching laundry and making the bed and all of that stuff. So Sundays are my big chore day. Social. I kind of like that chartreuse color with this coral though. That's really pretty. Let's put social on Sunday. It's not that I have any, like I was saying before, any social obligations on Sundays necessarily at that time. It's just kind of where it fits and where I can account for it. So I'm including 5 hours a week of social time, which is not totally typical, but like I said, I would rather overestimate than under. Alrighty, so task blocks. We'll do this kind of purpley color. Oh, I forgot. I sleep at night. on the weekends. I don't stay up all night. I am typically always in bed before 10, but we'll say 10 o'clock because sometimes I burn the midnight oil. Although I am just gonna put that as sleep, or maybe actually routines. Here we go. For like brushing my teeth, taking the dog's potty. So this remaining space is what I have available to me to use as my task blocks for my goals. I kind of like these colors together, the purple, the chartreuse, and the coral. They look good. We'll highlight that in purple. Alrighty, so now what I'm going to do is count up all of my blocks that I have each day of the week. So 5, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then 4, 8. Comparing it to 2 quarters ago, you can see I've given myself one more on Monday through Wednesday. I've taken one away on Thursdays. I have significantly less on Fridays, and I have significantly less on Sundays and considerably less on Saturdays. Some of this is because, like I said, I've started working at the brewery, so I have a lot less time on Fridays. I realize that it takes me longer to do my chores on Sunday, so I've taken task blocks from there. Also, my social time has moved from Friday to Sunday. Not that in the grand scheme of the week that makes a whole lot of difference, but just comparing days of the week. My yellow blocks are now on Sunday instead of Friday. So while things have shifted in the daily view, again, this is not a written in stone type thing anyway. So I am going to add all of these up. So I have 46 task blocks to play with every week, which is 23 hours. Am I going to be spending 23 hours a week on those 3 areas of my life? No, absolutely not. But this kind of gives me a realistic picture of the time I could have to work towards my goals. The next thing I am going to do is put my markers away. I am done. I'm not sure what they call this page, but someone who's more familiar with Erin Condren can tell me what y'all call this spread. But I've been using this to write down my goals in each of these sections for the upcoming quarter. I have purchased some cute little things from Orange Umbrella Co. I've talked about them before. They are my favorite sticker shop. And these little check boxes actually match the bold blooms. So Melanie, who owns Orange Umbrella Co., does like to coordinate to the different Erin Condren designs for the year. There's other designs too that she matches. Those check boxes might be a little big. I mean, hey, at least I know I got it done. And then I got some check boxes as well, and they are transparent so that hopefully we can still see the color through them. I think I would not like to use these for this spread. I think I know what I would like to use. Gotta find it in my mess of a desk here. All right, found it. These stickers are also mostly Orange Umbrella Co. And I am looking for some dots. I have lots of them. Yes, these ones. And they actually go with the colors pretty well. And I need my tweezies next. All right. So let's do, I have so many of these kind of corally colored ones. They don't quite match the bold blooms, but they don't not match. So we're just going to use it. And I have already sort of started thinking about some of my goals. I'm going to put this aside for now. I have so much stuff everywhere. So in my writing planner for July, I noted that I wanted to finish plotting my cult series according to the Save the Cat beat sheet. So that's a higher level structure than fully plotting. Okay. So I want to plot Save the Cat beats for my cult series. And I want to fully plot scene by scene book 1, which I also have in my writing planner here. And to be honest, I don't have a snowball's chance in hell of finishing that second one in July at least. But I wrote it anyway because I would like to be ambitious. And lastly, I need to finish doing research for the book, kind of structure and set up the religious cult, and do things like character arcs, all of those things that are not necessarily plotting, but do need to be done before I start drafting. So for my YouTube, I had written out for July in my YouTube planner that I would like to post 4 videos. And I'm not sure. I would like to post 4 videos every month in this quarter. And I am not sure if I want to just make the overall goal to be post 12 videos, or if I want to try and stay more structured and say 4 in July, 4 in August, 4 in September. I think I want to give myself the wiggle room of saying post 12 videos. That way, if I get really busy in August and I can only post 2, but I post 6 in July, you know, I still can meet my goal of posting 12 videos. Okay, post 12 videos. There is no longer ice in my iced tea, but that's okay. It's still delicious. You know, quarters 1 and 2, my goal was to reach 500 subscribers. I still have not done that. I am so close. I am 30 subscribers away. So if you would consider subscribing to my channel, I think that would be just lovely. And I don't want to put that as a goal because that's nothing I can control. And all it does is make me feel frustrated that I'm not doing something that I'm not capable of doing anyway. I can't make 30 more people click the subscribe button, so I am not going to put that goal. I think I should focus my goal on creating the content, the type of content that would make people want to click the subscribe button, because that is something I can control. So while I can post 12 videos, I might not gain any subscribers, but I can work on improving my editing skills, or maybe I should start scripting videos. Oh, I don't want to, although it would probably help. I have experimented with scripting videos in the past, and I have scripted a couple. So maybe we'll just, you know, do a little more experimenting. We'll just make our goal 2 videos to script, and we'll just see how we like it, because you never know. If you try something new, you may end up loving it. And then I think my 3rd goal is to finally figure out how to live stream, because I have 2 computer monitors now, and I have OBS or StreamYard, I don't remember which one, on my computer. So I have everything I need to start streaming. I just need to do it. And it's intimidating, but I'm just going to play around with it. All right, and lastly, for fitness, I do need my running planner after all. July, I have made a list of goals that I would like to accomplish in July, but again, we are looking at the entire quarter here. This first goal for my July month should be my first goal in my quarterly, and that is to continue being gentle and listening to my body, because I will not be able to make any of my other fitness goals if I am not doing that. All right. Next is, let's see, July. I said I wanted to increase my distance to 4 miles running this month. If I can increase my distance 1 mile a month, I think that would be great. I think I could probably increase 1.5 miles to 2 miles a month. That's kind of the pace that I'm going at right now, but I need to be gentle and listen, and in the end, I'm not going to remember if it took me an extra month to get from 5 to 6 miles. Increase my distance to 6 miles. I am currently at 3 miles. So end of September would put me at 6 miles. Fitness. I really need to change my diet. I'm just not someone who has discipline in that area. If I want to eat something, I'm going to eat it. And I know that for my overall goal of losing weight, I need to change my eating habits. But it's hard. I love chips. I don't have a huge sweet tooth. However, I have a huge salty tooth. I love salty snacks. I love chips and pretzels and popcorn and olives and pickles and all of those really, really salty things. I'm going to say that I need to make small changes in my diet. And I'm not going to say specifics and make specific choices for myself now that I will be carrying out in September. I'm going to let myself, in the moment, make those choices that are better for myself. So it could be something small, like packing cucumbers as a snack for work instead of chips, or ordering a salad on the side instead of fries at a restaurant. The last thing I want to do for fitness is do some swimming this summer. And I think I would like to swim 1 day a week. I am lucky enough that I live very close to a lake, and they have a roped off swimming area, and I like to swim laps there. We're just going to mark off this page for now so I can easily flip back to it. So this I'm going to use for my Q3 planning. I would like to estimate how many task blocks I think each of those things that I listed in my goals just now, I want to estimate how long I think those things will take me, because that is going to be a big kind of wake-up call, I think. And let's see, what kind of boxes do we have? Actually, let's look at our other options first. Oh, actually, one of these. Oh, I think maybe one of these would be nice. Let's try and do... Oh no. Why don't you want to come up nicely? There we go. All right. Let's put this down centered-ish. All right. Let's use markers for this. Let's make it a little more colorful and fun. Let's use this pastel purple. All right, project brainstorm. Because my desk was total chaos, I took a minute to tidy up a bit, and we are ready to rock and roll now. So I think that I want to separate the page into thirds here. That looks about even, about straight-ish. Like I was saying, I think the easiest way to go about this is to divide the page into thirds here-ish. Dang, that's a little narrow, and it's on the coil. Dang it. Okay, well, what's done is done. Let's use these. Mark my page here. Let's get 1, 2, 3. All right. So we have our 3 different areas here for writing, YouTube, and fitness. Again, straight-ish. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to reference my goals here and say project on one side and estimated task blocks on the other. Okay. Now I'm wishing I had written that in a color. Let's go over it. Alrighty. Well, I may have just made it look worse, but we did it. It's done. And now I want to use these dots again. So for writing, I want to plot with the Save the Cat beat sheets. I might fast forward through this part because you guys don't need to see this. I'll see you in a minute. All right, I did not fast forward this. There was some time of just me sitting. I was doing calculations on my calculator. So I just cut the camera for about 10 minutes. So what I have done is I have rewritten my projects or goals from here. And I have done a high level estimation of how long I think each of these things will take me to do. So for plotting my Save the Cat beat sheet for the entire series, I am actually almost done. I have about 1 book left, so I think that will only take me 5 task blocks. And a task block is a half an hour period of time, so about 2.5 hours to finish researching the cult religion structure, create character arcs, all of those types of things. I think it will take me about 46 task blocks. To fully plot book 1 scene by scene, I think it will take 50-ish task blocks. For YouTube, I'm currently spending about 5 hours on each video, filming, thumbnail, editing, etc. So I just multiplied that by 12, and then I think I gave myself some extra buffer room in there. So I have 140 task blocks. And experimenting with scripting videos, for 2 videos, I gave myself 5 task blocks or 2.5 hours, which is 1.25 hours per video. And I think that's maybe more than what I will need, but I like to give myself some buffer. And then figuring out how to live stream, I think I gave myself too much time on that. I don't think it will take me 5 hours. I'm going to correct that to 6 task blocks. I don't think it will take me more than a few hours to mess with it and figure it out. For my fitness goals, continue to be gentle and listen to my body. That is not a time-oriented goal or task. That is just something that I need to be doing while I am already spending the time and beyond. That's just something that will need to continue to be at the forefront of my brain. I would like to increase my distance to 6 miles. I am currently running about 3 miles, and then with my 10-minute warm-up, my 10-minute cool down, getting dressed, putting my shoes on, getting in the truck with the dogs, and getting home, it's currently taking me 2 task blocks, maybe slightly over, but I'm still considering it 2 task blocks or 1 hour. I am running for about 35 to 40 minutes right now. So if I want to increase my distance to 6 miles, which is double what I'm doing right now, instead of trying to figure out, okay, I'm going to do 2 task blocks for this long, and then after this many weeks of running, I will move up to 3 task blocks. And then after this many more weeks of running, I will increase to 4 task blocks. Instead of trying to get that granular, what I did was take my base 2 task blocks for the entire quarter, and then I said, okay, I think it will take me 4 task blocks for half the quarter. And then I did that math and added it to my original 2 task blocks. So I think I will need about 178 task blocks for increasing my distance. Making small changes to improve my diet. Originally, I did not assign any task blocks, but then I got to thinking about it, and that's not true because I'm going to be needing to go to the grocery store still and pick out those healthier options. And then there will be some prep work that needs to go with that, whether it's slicing cucumbers, making a quinoa salad to bring for lunches, whatever prep I need to do to eat a little bit healthier does take time. So this number may be a little low, but we'll see. And then I would like to swim at least 1 day a week for the next 12 or 13 weeks. And I think that will take about 36 task blocks. I will realistically spend 1 task block getting ready and getting to and from the lake, and then the other task block swimming. That is how I came up with that number. Now I want to add up my total number of task blocks for the quarter. Let's do this purple. Let's add it up in the corner here. Total task blocks for Q3. So I'm going to do some quick math. 486 task blocks are what I need in quarter 3 to do all of these things. Now, I am going to, because remember, we have 46 task blocks a week. So now what I'm going to do is take this 486 and divide it by 46. That will tell me how many weeks it will take me to do these things. And it is 10.56 weeks. I have 12 weeks. So I think I have done a good job of staying in the realm of reasonable here. If my number of weeks was 20 something, I would know that I need to cut my project workload essentially in half. So this feels reasonable. It feels like having a week and a half of kind of wiggle room is good, because inevitably life comes up and you don't get as many things done as you think you're going to. And some days you just don't feel like doing stuff and being productive. So moving on to the next kind of task, I think I want to look at what I want to do each month now. Okay, so now we can use, I'm gonna move this bookmark to back here so I can easily flip to it. And let's set up our monthly tasks. I am going to write myself a reminder. Okay, I did find a sticker here that says remind, although it's only one, but we can, just add different stickers for the next months. Oh no, oh no. Okay, well, it's going there. That's it. I am going to say that I have 46 task blocks a week. Okay. The next thing I like to do whenever I'm coming into a new monthly spread is to block off certain days that are not in that said month with washi tape. Because inevitably I confuse myself and write things on the wrong day or count up and think I have more days than I do. So we're just going to get rid of those so that I know they are not days in this month. I think I want to use, all right, I was looking for a to-do sticker, and I think this will do nicely. Come on. Oh wait, I wanted the green one. Okay. That's pretty. It's kind of transparent. So, to do in July. I also kind of wanted to add, do these kind of match at all? A little bit, yeah. Let's throw one of these in somewhere. Maybe we can put it down here. That's pretty. Cute, cute, cute. So I want to prioritize using my actual colors that I have designated for each of my different sections. And I want to use some little flags here because I think I have some. Do I not have flags back here? I thought I had flags. I did find some flags here. They sort of don't really match my vibes though. We're just going to do this. And put down, oh, well, let's do this here and we will note our writing. Here come the dogs. Hi, Nudie. Here comes Nova. Hi, pretty girl. Hi, did you just go outside? Did you go outside? Hi, Sawyer. Hi, Soy boy. So for my writing, okay, there we go. I was like, where the heck did it go? I just bookmarked it. So for writing this month, I know I want to finish plotting Save the Cat beat sheet. And I'm gonna keep using this. And we can use my new checkboxes. This is great. Let's not do the pink on pink. That'll just get lost too easily. Let's do this color that actually matches my writing. Sure, come on up. You are the first box to lift off the page. All right. One of the great things about Orange Umbrella Co stickers is that if you put it down somewhere that you do not like, most of their stickers are removable and repositionable, which is lovely. A lot of their transparent stickers, I think all of their transparent stickers are not, but their regular kind of white backing stickers are, which is awesome. We love to see it. So I want to plot beat sheet. Okay. Next, I did say that I wanted to finish fully plotting scene by scene book 1. However, I don't think that's a very reasonable goal for July when I haven't finished doing this kind of research and setting everything up, because I can't plot things that I am not sure of. So, or at least detail level plot things. So my next goal is going to be to continue or start research, cult, religion. Oh my God, I can't write or spell. Character arcs, and so I do think that I can finish both of these things. And I'm going to make, I should just keep my gray marker out. This one is, nope, I want the thin side. This is 5 task blocks. This is, what did I say, 46? Yeah. Okay. Next is my YouTube. That color is blue. So YouTube, and let's use the blue to go with it. I need 4 of these. 1 and 4. Okay, so this is just going to be posting video 1, 2, 3, and 4. Each of these take 10 task blocks. Lastly, hi Lillian. Hi Lillian. Because we are in July right now and the Rough Draft Challenge is going on and folks are sprinting and live streaming for their writing projects, maybe it would be better if I figured out how to live stream this month. And that is 6 task blocks. All right. So those are probably good for my writing goals. Let's do my fitness goals this month. Increase my distance to 4 miles. And let's see, we'll do some quick math here. So it is Friday the 4th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 more running days. 11 times 2 is 22. But if we are steadily increasing our distance, I'm going to estimate that it will take an extra maybe 8 task blocks, and we can round up to 30 task blocks for the month of July for my running. Next for my fitness task blocks is making healthy eating choices. And let's say that that'll take 10 task blocks. Lastly, I would like to swim 4 times this month. So if each swimming session takes an hour, 4 times 2 is 8 task blocks. So I added all of these up for a total of 145 task blocks for the month. Now let's see if it's accurate. Divided by 4 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, essentially. All right, so that is 36.25 task blocks each week, which gives me an extra 10 to wiggle with. That's great. So don't feel bad if you play around with this math and you realize that you've either way over or way under scheduled yourself. I have been working with these task blocks for quite a while now. I've been a student in Sarah's course for, I want to say, about 3 years. So I'm used to thinking in task blocks. I am used to estimating and re-estimating, and I've just kind of gotten the hang of it over the last few years, but it did take me a while to get to this point, so do not feel bad. It takes time, it takes practice, and it takes a lot of wake-up calls, we'll say. Okay, I do think I want to do some decorating and use some stickers from my Happy Planner Dates and Numbers booklet. So I'm going to cut the camera because you don't care about seeing this, and I'll be back. Okay, I went ahead and re-stickered the dates, and I highlighted the days of the week. I'm thinking I want to just kind of quickly highlight the dates as well, because I like the numbers to stand out more. And the next thing I want to do is figure out a rough weekly plan for this monthly calendar. And I'm going to, instead of writing in on the actual calendar, I think I want to use little sticky notes. Luckily, I have some that kind of correlate with my colors. These are little sticky notes from Daiso. They are not great quality. They are not super sticky. They're just not super sticky. So, would I recommend them? No, not particularly. But if you are interested, this is what they look like. I love them in theory, not in practice. And I've kept them in their bags, but I think I'm just gonna get rid of the bags because I don't need them. So we have purple, and do I not have a blue? I do, right? That's blue. Okay. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4. These are a little longer than the actual box for each day. So I think what I'm going to do is stack all of the running ones on top of each other and snip them so that they fit inside the box. All right, so now I'm going to put those aside for now and just assign them. Yeah, see, they don't stick very well. So disappointing because they're so cute. I think I'm going to stop the camera again because I don't want to make y'all sit here for hours. I mean, I would love to sit for hours and watch someone do this, but I know we're all very busy, so I will not make you. But I will see you in just a few minutes. Okay. Whew, that was a lot of work and a lot of time. I also realized that I had started out doing my running Post-its in the blue color instead of the purple. So I had to redo that. But what I have done here is taken all of these things, except for figuring out the live stream. Let's do that on a Friday. And I estimated that to be 6 task blocks. So what I did was I took all of these things here that I wanted to do this month and I scheduled them. The only thing, like I said, that is really set in stone-ish is my running. I run on Sunday, Tuesdays and Fridays. So those I feel fairly certain that it won't change. However, I have 4 task blocks of researching and character arc work, etc., on Monday the 7th. If I only have time to do 2, I can just flip-flop those easily. And this is why I like the post-it note system or sticky notes, is because things are so easy to move around. So now we are done with the monthly. I am not going to do this for August because I don't know how July will play out. So at the end of July, I would like to come in and do this for August, but not now because things could change exponentially between now and then. So the next page without, oh my, okay, I think that closed all right. If y'all could see the chaos that is my desk right now, it is wild. So I want to have a space for, wait a minute, I think I have a sticker for this. I want a sticker that says like priorities. Yeah, look at that. Priority. My first priority for fitness is rescheduling. I know this isn't a task block item, but I really need to reschedule my sports medicine and physical therapy appointments. Like, that is not negotiable. It has to happen this month. For writing, I have to finish plotting the series at the high level. And I'm saying save the cat beats. And for YouTube, I am going to say I need to at least post no less than 3 videos. Ideally, I want 4. But if I have to sacrifice those 10 task blocks it takes to make the 1 extra video, I'll do it. And last, I think it is a priority for me to increase my running distance to 4 miles. Okay. And these are kind of my non-negotiables. If I get nothing else done this month, this is what I want. I don't know what to do with all this space. I really don't. I'm just gonna skip it, honestly. For now, I'll skip it. Okay, which this is the current week we are in. What I've been doing is outlining the boxes according to their appropriate color. So what I'm gonna do now is put all of you on fast forward while I do this, and then I will come back. Okay, so I have gone ahead and finished coloring or outlining my boxes. Next, I want to, I think, use my coordinating sticky notes to write in the things I want to do this week. Again, I'm going to trim these boxes because they don't quite fit in the vertical boxes here. And this weekly view that I am setting up now is just going to match the calendar monthly view. So there's my running. This week's already like almost over. I didn't actually plan much for this week, so and I said 5. I want to do that on Sunday or Saturday. Jeez Louise, get it together. So Tuesday, I did run. I ran 3.01 miles and I used 2 task blocks. I'm going to move this to next week. Let's see, today is Friday. I'm gonna move this to next week. I ran today 2.51 miles. I used 2 task blocks. I'll leave those there for Sunday. I'm gonna leave that there for Saturday. Or did I have it on? Yeah, okay. And then YouTube, we are obviously doing it right now. Today is, oh, I need to trim these. So Friday, and I don't think I'll be able to edit this video tomorrow on Saturday because it is my birthday party and I've got other things going on tomorrow. So I think it will have to wait until Sunday. So film and edit today for 5 task blocks and then edit and post for the other 5. And we're probably gonna hit 5 task blocks just on filming. We have hit 5 task blocks on filming already. Okay, I don't think I've done any other writing. I don't think I've done any writing this week. Yeah, okay. I did take my weekly weight. And we're gonna put that in here as well. Okay. This needs to go down here, I just realized. This is probably gonna be a lot more than 5 task blocks. We're gonna do that. I think I'm going to cut the video here because I know today is Friday the 4th, and this week is almost over, but I don't want to make you sit while I do essentially the exact same thing for next week. But if you have any questions about my process, if you are confused, please let me know. I am going to probably transfer this monthly calendar onto my Erin Condren dry erase board that I purchased a month or so ago. So I'm going to cut the video here, fill that out, and then I'll come back and show you what that setup looks like. And it will look the same as this, but just on a much larger scale so that I can have that as a visual reminder when this planner is not out and open on my desk, because 1, these sticky notes are not very sticky, and 2, my cats would have a field day with these. They would last like 2 seconds. So I am going to fill out my monthly calendar and I will be right back. I apologize for the glare, but I have taken my monthly calendar here and copied it here. So I know this isn't quite purple, but my writing color matches up somewhat well. And then this is not blue for YouTube, but that's okay. I don't need the colors to match exactly. Lillian! Ah! Okay. Well, that's fine. No harm, no foul, I suppose. But I did redate my calendar for July, and I did not clean it, so it's still kind of messy. But this will give me, like I said, a better visual than this. Because this does not sit open on my desk all the time. But this stands up in my office, so I can see, oh, today's the 4th. Yep, I already did that. Oh, I still need to work on YouTube. Whew. I think that is it for me in this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I had a lot of fun doing this. I don't usually sit and plan my month in this much detail. So I'm really hoping that this will give me a good, strong start to Q3. And I hope that this can be a more efficient system for me going forward. So let me know if you do any goal planning, how you do any goal planning, what you've figured out works or doesn't work for you. I know it's always an evolving process. We're always tweaking our processes. Thank you again for hanging out with me. I had a lot of fun doing this. And until I see you again, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.